Yeah, today was blah.
Brings with it. Brings with it.
30 hertz straight up.
Thank you for tuning in to another wonderful episode of Lupus Has No Face, the podcast where we talk about real life, real struggles, and lupus and beyond. I'm your host, Savannah Burks, and we have our lovely guest, Miss Princess, is in the building today. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good. That's good. It's so great to have you here today.
Thank you for having me
You're
on.
welcome. You're welcome. We will be discussing healing in real time. Okay, you guys. So before we start, going into all of this, how was your day like? How was you before you decided to log on and things of that nature? Are you in a good headspace? What was your day like today?
As the usual day, doing basic mama stuff, being prepared to come on today. Just got done finishing up an activity event with my children. I'm always doing something with my children. It's a holiday time, so that's how I like to spend it.
That's so dope. I got on red, so I thought I was gonna wear red this whole month because it's Christmas. I like to be in the festivities and all of the things. I love everything about the holiday, especially Christmas.
Mhm.
Christmas is one of my favorite holidays, not just because of the gifts, but because of the ambience, all the
Right.
beautiful things. You know what I'm saying? The lights, all of that. So I'm so in love with that. I just bring all the kid out of me.
Yes.
So before we get started, do you have anything that you're working on? Anything that's coming up that the community or anybody can be a part of? And drop your tags on how they can follow you and see what's coming up next with you.
Right now, pretty much I don't have nothing really going on per se. Um, During this time, I'm spending with my children and with everything going on with my health. I'm pretty much taking self time for myself so I can be able to gain my strength. Right now, it's just low key,
Okay.
just chilling.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Self-care is one of the best medicines that you can ever have because it allows us to reset, refocus, regroup. So that's dope that you knew it was time to take that for yourself.
Yes.
So, for those who are just meeting you for the first time, who is Princess beyond the diagnosis? So, who is Princess beyond the
I
diagnosis?
I want to say, well, for those who know me, they know that I was a little bad, but they don't really know my story of why I was so bad. Coming from what's that 53206 area code? Yes,
You're not a lot.
yes. So just growing up in Milwaukee overall has been an experience for me. As you know, I lost my mother there by
My
suicide.
goodness.
So I lost my mother when I was 3 years old, unfortunately.
Sorry
Um,
to hear that.
so that's the tough licking that I had to deal with as a child. Growing up in foster care, um, doing a lot to make it. I had a lot of odds against me and still standing. A mother of four, taking care of my children. You know, um, Went to high school, graduated, ended up getting a trade in CNA. still pushing. I end up graduating from Tallahassee State College last year with a certification in administration medical assistance. And right now I'm working on getting a medical health license. I'm always doing some little hustles so I can keep money under my belt, but also to keep going. If I stop going, then nothing would keep me here. So I'm always busy. And one thing I do like the most is going to church. I'm an usher at the church. I sing in the choir.
We
I
got to hear the vocal cords.
I ain't gonna say I'm the best. I ain't gonna say I'm the best, but when it comes to praising God, I will praise Him. On that
Okay.
note. But
Okay.
but you know, I love giving back. I love volunteering. I love serving. So when it comes to giving, you could say I would do that. I would drop what I can to give, and I don't have a lot of money, but I would give.
That is so dope. And I'm here to say nothing that you're doing is little. We got to take that little out of there. The little that we say is little requires so much. Ain't
Yeah.
nothing little about what you doing. So let's delete that little part.
Okay.
Ain't nothing little about what you
Well,
doing.
I'm gonna get that out of
Nothing
there.
about what
That's
you
big. That's big.
that's
Big.
absolutely right because we are in the healthcare industry, the healthcare field, and the experience that you are giving to someone is priceless. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I commend you on that.
Thank you.
If you a little bit on it, not too much. How was your foster care family? Like, did you have a great upbringing? Because I hear so many horrifying stories, and are you still in contact with them?
Well, I my first initial foster care home, I didn't do so good with the transition. I wasn't ready to transition because most of my life I grew up being institutionalized. As you know, that mental health at that time, in the late 80s, wasn't really something they took as like, oh wow, they wanted to lock you up. So I was like a one of those lab children being institutionalized, taken away from my family, being in the hospital around people I did not know. And I wasn't really transitioning like they wanted me to. I wasn't really wanting to transition either because it was kind of foreign to me.
Mhm.
So that foster home did not work. She was sweet. It was just me and her daughter. Um, Church going woman, nothing bad. My second foster home, she took a chance on me. She picked me up from St. Rose, which is on 89th and Capitol. And they told her like they don't want she shouldn't get me because I got too many issues. And she told them no. So she took a chance on getting me. I was 12 years old. And it took me 2 years to adjust. After that, it was good. And I do still talk to my foster mom like I'm her baby. um, we have our ups and downs, but nobody's perfect. She's a mother of six, but what took her from seeing other kids' needs, that's bigger. She didn't have to do that. Um,
For sure.
that took a lot, but I still talk to her on a daily basis. I help her out with her business. She does have a group home. So while I'm here, she'll call me up like, look, I need you to do this. And I'm down here handling her business and she up in Milwaukee. So yeah, we're pretty tight.
That's a beautiful thing, and I would just like to say real quickly, like, mental health has always, to me, been swept underneath the rug. People are now they're getting more help than they ever got, but people are not actually getting the help that they deserve because people put a look on mental health. And mental health don't look like anything, just like lupus don't look like anything. You know what I mean? And it's so unfortunate that these foster home people will take children in and can decide to give them back. If you had a child that was acting like you, can you give it back? No. So I feel like when you say that you wasn't like living up to their standards or you wasn't transforming, they are grown. My opinion was for them to try to help you transition like that. They, like all of that transition in and out, to me, I feel like that caused more trauma to a child.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of wanted to say that because there's so many foster homes out here that's horrible, and there's so many foster homes out here that are wonderful. So
Mhm.
again, it's really you as a person, you loving that person as if that kid was your own. You don't have an option to give them back. You don't have an option to not pour into them. You don't have the option not to love them. So kind of just wanted to say that. Um, when did you first learn you had lupus? What kind of lupus do you have, and what was your initial emotional and mental reaction?
Um, well, I just found out in August when I went to the emergency room. I was going to get my blood drawn to check my iron levels, and that morning I was not feeling really good anyway, and um, I was having a fainting spell, so I ended up having to get rushed to the ER, which I do all the time because I always have a lot of fainting spells. And that's when I checked my discharge paper summary, and on the back of it, it was like um, lupus, which is SLE, the systematic lupus.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I know my primary doctor said something about lupus in 2003. I didn't know that they had came up with a diagnosis because I was going back and forth to the doctor, getting lab work done, getting lab work done. And I'm like, it would have helped me a little bit if someone had told me. And I found out in a shocking moment, like, okay, I guess. And it was just a shocker because I wasn't expecting lupus. I wasn't, I wouldn't have never thought lupus, but I know people who had lupus, and I didn't really understand it. And it was kind of foreign to me because it was not something I was looking for.
So when you was told that, well, you was never told that you had lupus in 2003. It was just on your paperwork.
It was just a discussion.
It was a discussion. So at that time when they told you in 2003, did they have a care plan of action for you, or they just sent you by your way?
No. So my primary doctor, she suggested that it may be lupus because my ankles was swollen at the visit. And 2025 is when I guess they decided that it was systematic lupus. On it was actually a facility, a hospital here who said, okay, somebody in medical system put it in. I guess I don't know if they had a private meeting or what transpired. But all I know is it wasn't really discussed to me until I seen it on my discharge summary. And I was like, I guess. So what I did was I contacted the rheumatologist back in Milwaukee who initially ran lab tests and diagnosed me with fibromyalgia. And I said, look, I need to have a second opinion here because I moved out of Milwaukee down to Florida. And they saying that I have systematic lupus. No, I need you to do a comparison from the time that you diagnosed me and see what's going on that don't make no sense. And so I was able to get my appointment. I'll be in Milwaukee to see the rheumatologist December 29th and get this squared away so I can have some peace of mind. And because the rheumatologist here that I was dealing with, he didn't want to see me for a second ANA. So I've been having, this is my second ANA that has been positive and it's showing up. So I'm like, no. And the discussion for the second positive ANA was I need to go see a different rheumatologist to make sure that this is the correct diagnosis. And so I'm like, they didn't have it in the Mayo Clinic here. What they do is you have to put a $5,000 deposit, but they have to agree to see you. If they don't agree to see you, you just butt out. So what I said was, no, let me go back to where I initially came from, and I'll pay $200 rather than 5,000.
So wait, that was a lot.
Yes.
So you have to pay money in order to be seen down in Florida, or is it just that particular clinic?
Well, actually, I'm on Medicaid.
Okay.
So if you want to have good quality health care, you're gonna have to come out your pockets. And that's what I have been doing so far. When it comes down to my dental work and anything else that I feel Medicaid is not going to do, I'll come out my pocket. So what happened is the rheumatologist here, when I called and told them I have a second ANA that's positive, he said he's not
Mhm.
going to treat me. So I told them, well, I came to your office because I had a positive ANA the first time,
Mhm.
and I need to be seen a second time for this because it's showing up again. And he was like he wasn't going to do it. So when I
Wow.
told them that somehow they gave me a diagnosis of systematic lupus,
Mhm.
then he was like, oh, okay. But I was like, you know what? Let's just stop it right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the initial rheumatologist I seen in Wisconsin. I'm going to have him do a comparison of all the lab work and all your test results that y'all did down here. And then when he tells me, yes, this is a significant change since from 10 years ago, then I will report back to y'all and let you know this is the plan that I need to take because they don't know me. They don't really know my full history. So I thought it was just fair to go back to where I initially had got sick and saw the doctors in Wisconsin. And so that's why I'm like, okay, I'll make this drive. I know it's winter time and it's snowing, but I'm gonna make this drive because I need to know how serious my diagnosis is, and so I can have a peace of mind. Since
Well,
2023, I just suddenly became so sick,
mm,
and I can't work. My arms are swelling. I'm having fainting spells. My blood is changing, and also too, I do have a sickle cell trait.
mm.
So it's just not lupus. It's now getting complicated because I do have a trait. And so I don't know what complications are really going on. And so that's what makes me kind of like worried because I'm like, um, okay, how are we gonna do this? My hematologist, he's really good here. He's really good. But for the autoimmune, that has to be dealt with and has to have a plan. And so
Okay.
once we get that done, I feel like we should be on a good study. But like I said, right now, it's pretty much I'm all over the place and I'm like meditating, I'm keeping my head strong, and I'm like, Lord, okay, this is another one. Like I said, I just want my mental to stay strong. I want my mental to stay strong.
So I commend you for being an advocate for yourself. We have to be an advocate for ourselves. A lot of doctors, when we go to emergency rooms, urgent care, whatever, it's very important for us to read our paperwork because sometimes they do not translate what's on the paperwork or what's on the blood work or the results to us. So that's number one. Number two, there is ways that you can still get wonderful care on Medicaid. You
Hmm.
have the option and you have the right to switch your insurance for who is in network. There are some wonderful doctors that people have insurance through the state that they see.
Okay.
So I do want to let you know that you do have that right. So like on back of your card, you can order the book and you can see what type of different insurances that they have and the doctors that you do like. You can call each and every one of them for the insurance and ask if they are in network. So I hate that you had that experience, but you can have great care under that as well, and you don't have to come out all of that money, out of all that money. And some people have sliding scales and all of that.
Okay.
And so, with everything that you do have going on, I am going to say you will need a specialist in each department. And each one of those doctors have to communicate and correlate with each other to put you on the best care plan possible. Because what will happen is, if you're your rheumatologist, your hematologist, your neurologist, if all of these people is prescribing you things, that one medication can be used for multiple different things. And for one, you don't want to have interactions with that, allergic reaction with that. So everybody need to be on the same page as to what medications that they are giving you, so you don't have to have a lot of medications. So when you do go see these doctors, I do encourage you to for them to talk to each other, and they can talk to each other. They, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's email or whatever app that they use on a computer, so you can get the best quality of care and the best plan of care that you need to get. And starting off with the medications too from the rheumatologist, it's going to be they only as good as you are, right? It's some wonderful doctors, but you have to monitor your body. You got to say, okay, and you got to give it time, at least 6 weeks. You got to give your medication time to work in your body, and keep a journal. I felt sick, or I had stomach pains, or I was nausea, because what they do is they play with the doses. And it's different medications that can do the same thing. So they might take you off that and put you on something else. So it's very important that when you start taking these medications and start introducing your body to additional medications from the ones that you are already taking, to journal, so you can advocate for yourself and like, oh, I'm too sleepy, I can't focus on this pain medication, or things like that, so they can really get your plan together.
Mm-hmm.
And it's normal for them to do that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. What were the early symptoms that made you realize something was wrong with you?
I was at work and I felt like I was falling asleep. And I was like, something's not right. And I'm I was trying to do the can opener. And I was like, I can't hardly turn, my hands swelling. I'm like, no. And so I was like, I went to my doctor because I had a follow up appointment in January. That's when I went. And I thought, I
Mhm.
was like, my ankles swelling up, my feet. I'm not even standing 4 hours, and I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep. And so she did my labs and everything. She looked at my ankle and she was like, "You gonna have that looks like lupus."
Okay.
And I was like, from there, it's just been downhill. They say I was gonna get better. They said my vitamin D was low, so they was like, "Oh, take your vitamin D pills." And next thing you know, my iron dropped, and I'm like, this ain't going right. This is not right.
Yep, and when you are feeling like that, you got the right to change doctors too, because doctors have to see us. We have that right. They can't deny us care. You know what I mean? So if
Mm-hmm.
one doctor is not listening to you, you definitely got the option to go to another doctor, because you don't nobody know your body better than yourself. So you don't ever want to be caught to where you just passing out and not ever waking up because you're trying to be nice to them. No, it don't work like that. You definitely have to be an advocate for yourself, and you got to continue to push, and you got to continue to say the same thing, because they think a lot of people of our color are fabricating information because we want those type of pain medications and stuff like that. No. So
Mm-mm.
go hard and stay true to yourself, no matter how many different doctors you have to see. You have to get the help that you need to get in order to be strong for yourself, your mental, and your children. So
Yeah.
never think something is really wrong with you, because sometimes lupus can play on our mental. Like, am I really feeling this? You know what I'm saying? Am I really going through this?
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, be very authentic to yourself. Journal is the best thing that you can absolutely do, because we get brain fogs, and sometimes when you are in front of those doctors, we don't remember everything that we want to ask them, and you want to make that visit count.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I would definitely encourage you to do so. Um, how did lupus change your daily routine, lifestyle, and self view?
Um, um, it has made me question myself on my longevity. Um, It has made me feel suicidal at times, when I don't want to. Um, when I know that I give 100% of myself all the time, it's not like that. It has dropped to like 35%. I have to be real mindful of the things that I do. I can be real energized so I can get everything done, and then I'll suffer the consequences. Um, it has changed because my children, um, they are seeing me in pain a lot. They're seeing me having fainting spells. Um, Even people around me, I'm around people that really don't know me, but we have grown to know each other.
Yes.
Um, so um, within these years, people have seen me really sick and going to the doctor a lot, and they don't know what's wrong with you. Like, how many times you not been here, they can't help you. Like, you keep telling them like you're not feeling well. Um, my digestive system is really bad. I can't eat a lot of stuff. Within this week, I had to really slow down. Um, Sometimes I get real sick. I'll be popping Pepto Bismol trying to keep my stomach from information because I be like, Lord help me, and I have to slow down a lot. And it does make me ask, and I talk to God. I talk to God, and I ask Him, Lord, what you want me to do? What you want me to do? What are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me right now? Um, because I know He's trying to tell me something, and if I really need to slow down and redirect myself, I'm willing to do that. And so I do go to God a lot. And this won't be my first like sickness. I ended up having COVID in 2020 after I had my baby. My baby was 4 months. And so I had to talk to God then. So that's why I'm in church. I have to go to church. I have to keep myself at church. I have to keep myself on the in some type of meditation because I feel like I be going crazy sometimes. And I'm like, I don't want to lose my mind. I know I'm not crazy like that, but this ain't right.
Autoimmune disease does play on our mental, and it's good that you are aware of how you feel. Um, and I'm an advocate for therapists. You know what I'm saying? If reach out and talk to one, or if you got friends, if you don't want to talk to a therapist, I highly suggest you should. But if you have friends that's willing to listen for you to vent, and those people to try to understand you, do that. Um, I heard you say like your kids, you know, is very important at this time that you start educating them on what lupus is, because once you start teaching them, they do better with it. You understand what I'm saying? They can help us. They can help you. So start letting them know, you know what I'm saying, what to do, who to call if you having a fainting spell, what to get, how to help you, because that's who you have in your household. So you have to teach them this, you have to teach them the steps. You got to educate them on what you are going through so they don't be scared. You understand what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
it's okay to do so. And then your friends, you have to educate them. And sometimes when people used to ask me like, what is lupus, I'll give them a very broad description, but then what I say is go read it yourself, because it hits different when you read it yourself versus me telling
Mhm.
you all of these things, because you're not going to grasp everything that I'm telling
Right.
you, because you're looking at me and but you're hearing something totally different. So start
Mhm.
educating your friends, send them links. You know what I'm saying? It's how to help you. If you want to be out and have a good time and get away from all the chaos, tell them like, I only could be out 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? Due to this. Your real friends and people that's going to support you want to respect that. And even if they don't, you need to respect that, because your body is literally talking to you. Pace yourself. Things that can wait, let it wait. If it's not something vital, very important, wait, let it wait. Do what's important. Do what you can. If you only could do what you can for 4 hours, you did enough. So show yourself grace, because your body is talking to you. And sometimes, and if you do overexert your body, you could end up in a place that you do not want to end up. You understand what I'm saying? So it's okay
Mhm.
to sit down, have movie nights with your kids, or doing activities like you said, or having them lay in the bed if you are in pain. You know what I mean? It's ways to do that, and you don't have to feel bad for that. We all done it. I've done it. My kids know exactly what to do with me, and what it is, to the best of their knowledge. Now, if they have sick friends around them, they can understand, they can sympathize. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
don't never feel bad if you can't do anything. Don't ever feel ashamed if you can't do anything, because this is your new norm, and you definitely can live well with it. Your tribe is going to find you. The most important is to have your household together, so you know what I'm saying, you can be in a peace of mind, and your children don't have to be scared when it start happening. You understand what I'm saying? And it's
Mhm.
not bad that you have to educate them at such a young age. That's not a bad thing. You're actually helping everybody. So I definitely commend you on that. And if you're not doing that, I feel like you should do that. Like reading little books, make it fun. You know what I'm saying? Make it
Right.
fun for them when they need to help mom. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't feel like cooking, as long as they getting protein, and they getting hydrated, and some veggies here and there, you can put something quick together and call it a day. You don't have to be feel bad if you're not cooking a 4 course, 5 course meal. You know what I'm saying? Because your
Right.
body is not allowing you to, and you got to understand that is okay. It's
Yes.
okay. It's
Yes.
okay to cry, but get back up, because stress kills, especially with people with autoimmune disease. It hits us in a whole different way. You know what I mean? Like I said, we've been
Mhm.
talking. So use who you have to be that family for you, to be that tribe for you, and the people that you think that is supposed to be there, get that out of your mind. Focus on the people that's there, that's supporting you. Um, was there ever a moment when you felt unseen or misunderstood by doctors, loved ones, or friends?
I guess because my symptoms started in like 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was new to everyone, and it was kind of like when I go to the doctor, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm in pain. I'm going through all this," and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, it might be this." And so it was odd because here I was talking about a different pain, like I had a surgery, and all of a sudden I knew I'm having more pain than what I was expecting. And I'm like, well, that's not right. I don't know if the surgery brought something on, but I do know what the trauma, because surgery is trauma.
Yes.
And I already have endured trauma from as a little child. So my body has taken in a lot of trauma. And so it it makes sense of what I'm going through. My body is now overacting from everything that I've been through. And when I went to the doctor, it was like, okay, I was expecting, oh, they're gonna give me a diagnosis, I'm gonna be done. I never expected 5 years of fibromyalgia. And then now here we are 10 years later. And I'm like, this ain't even fibromyalgia. This is something totally different.
Yes. And when you are feeling unseen, for me, when I used to feel that way, I just advocated. And if those people were not receptive to what I was saying, I kind of cut them off, because you got to understand what I'm trying to convey to you, even though I may not understand what I'm going through at the time. You know what I'm saying? And that is okay.
Mhm.
You're not losing those people. You are keeping yourself at a calm level, or at peace, right? I did hear you say like your stomach, you have gastro issues. Knowing your blood type It's very important because you could be making your own self sick by eating things that you are not supposed to be eating. You know what I mean? And journal with that as well. You know, when you eat some cheese, how do that make you feel? Don't eat it no more. You know, when you eat this, how does it make you feel? Don't eat it no more. So the things that's making you like, cut that out because our
Mhm.
body is going to talk to us, but you got to pay attention to that. And like I said, journaling is everything. And that's how you're going to get back to health as well. I do like my guests to read the comments that's on the screen. So if you want to start reading the first comment, I would appreciate it.
Okay, so how long has she known that I had it? Oh, that's Kendra. Um, I just found out this year about the lupus. But I had previous diagnosis of fibromyalgia in 2020. I'm sorry, 2014. So I would say this has been like a 10-year process.
Mm.
I would like I will say start building your own circle that has people that have what you have and encourage each other. Yeah, I think that's a real dope idea. Um, like today, I end up in a meeting for those who have sickle cell disease. I have a sickle cell trait. So I am slowly for surely getting in communities that um the diagnosis that I have, I can vibe on in and educate, empower others, hear other people's testimonies. So it's slowly for surely working. Like I said, I hadn't found one for lupus yet, but I trust and believe, and I know God is going to bring people to me, and He gonna plant me. Well, and I actually attend church with members who have lupus. So I mean, it's working. It's slow
I'm gonna have
process.
to give you some connections because you should be in some lupus groups right now. You know, get you, get you.
Okay.
Tone, put some more of those comments on the screen. Oh,
Good evening. Good evening.
Yasu, good evening. That is my lovely sister, Dr. LaShawn Garola. She said, "Have you have to advocate for yourself? You definitely do. You have to.
Yes, fighting isn't normal. They need to see what's happening. Low hemoglobin. Yes. And when they do run my lab results, my hemoglobin is low. And I know that it's getting low. I can feel it. And one thing is I donate plasma. Like I say, I'm always hustling. I've been hustling since I've been here. And I donate plasma. And I have completely stopped. Why? Because my hemoglobin can drop in any time. And that's what really caused them fainting spells because my blood level, what I think is good, the next few minutes it can drop. And I'm like, what the world? What happened? And I don't know. And I could probably done ate something. It doesn't really matter if I eat something or if I don't. And I'm like, y'all need to check this out because this is not right. And that's the most scariest thing is because it'd be so sudden. I can get the sweating. I'm not even doing nothing. I sweat and I'm like, what's going on? And then I'm down.
You think you're not doing nothing, but your body is definitely is doing something. And my suggestion to you, until you figure this out, until you get back, until you get on a straight line of help to stop donating plasma. I
Yeah.
would say you should stop doing that until you actually have a care plan of action and it's working for you. So, you know, that's my suggestion to you. You can do what you wish, but that's not a good thing.
No, I'm stopping because right now it's very vital because of my sickle cell trait.
Yes, you
Um
need your
I'm
plasma.
microcytic anemia because my red blood cells are so small, and so that's why I'm having like a lack of oxygen. I'm steady constricting my flow of oxygen. My feet cramp up and stuff. So I just decided I'm gonna let that hustle go. I know
Yeah,
I need money,
please do.
but I don't need it that bad.
No, you don't. God will always provide. Seriously, because that's just making you way more sick. Okay. Um, what does healing in real time look like for you today?
Healing in real time looks like um, being honest with myself, listening to what God fully is trying to tell me. As I said, nothing thus this far has been a surprise to me. I'm always finding myself in situations where it's testing me. It's really testing me, testing my faith. It's teaching me endurance. It's teaching me about who I am. Um, I'm 39 years old. I'll be 40 next month, and I'm proud to be here. So it's all it is just it's just motivation. Just keeping me going. Just keeping me going. It's just another day.
Motivation with moving feet, okay, and listening to your body. God helps us, He does, but He helps us with moving feet too. So if you know you ain't supposed to be doing something, girl, stop doing it. Before I come across this screen, you don't be doing that. Can you read some more comments? Where they
Okay. She said, I think your sister said drive Uber. You need your own plasma. Okay. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. Be very careful, especially that time of the month. Yes, yes. Low hemoglobin can cause other complications. You're right. And I'm feeling all of it. Keep your plasma, hustle another way, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And keep it moving, Lupus. Lupus, don't stop the show, ma'am. You got that right. God is bigger.
mm-hmm.
Everything she's saying is what I'm going through. Yes, but we're gonna override it. We're gonna keep. Yes, 10 years. Yes, it took that long. It's not an easy route.
And Dr. LaShawn Garola that's on it, she's actually a lupus warrior as well.
Okay.
And when I tell you she has a whole method behind her madness, we all do. But she's very successful, and she goes through whatever she goes through, but she listens. You know what I'm saying? You can have she's living well with lupus actually, and you can too. You can live well with lupus. You can live well with sickle cell. You can live well with fibromyalgia. I have fibromyalgia as well.
Okay. So you have it
You
like I do. Okay.
You know what I mean? And I don't take any pain medication. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take any pain medication, but it is ways to live well with things by not being on things. Like in the beginning, for sure, I was diagnosed at the age of 12, 13 years old. I
Hmm.
was on pain medication, and that wasn't a quality of life for me. Who wants to be falling asleep and laid up all day, and it's 3 days later? Nobody, right? So
Nobody.
you really got to do what you got to do for yourself. And like as far as pain, a regular workout regimen is good. People
Hmm.
say, "How can you be in pain and still work out?" It helps. I'm telling you, it helps. Whether you're walking, doing light weights, on a treadmill, yoga, like get a regular workout regimen in. I'm telling you, it will make all of the difference. Even if you have doing what you're doing, just work yourself up. Work yourself up doing it. Work your strength up. Work your endurance up. But I can tell you, I've been there. I've did all the things, and it definitely works. And it's a big lupus community out here. I'm
Okay.
so shocked that you are not a part of anything like this. But I'm gonna get you together after this show
Okay.
and
I
cut
want to
that
say
off.
congratulations to Dr. Lysandra on your doctorate degree. Yes.
What practice help you stay grounded through flare ups and difficult seasons?
My baby said him.
That smile
um,
can do it.
yes. Um, I think rest. I get cry all the time. My
That's a
mom
big.
beat
That's
me.
that's a big thing.
Um, and listening to everyone around me, that see me be like, no, you're not supposed to do that. Because people are those around me, they're starting to learn and they starting to see like, you are you supposed to be eating that today? So they're holding me accountable for my actions.
That is
And
good. You need
so
those type of friends.
um, in God, that's what's keeping me.
Lovely. How do you balance managing lupus while still choosing joy?
Um, I have to choose joy because um, losing my mother at a young age and what she had to go through as far as mental health and things. Um, I don't want lupus to define me. I don't want anything to define me at that. And I have to go back from being a little girl in my strength and asking God for a miracle. And so I'm going to stand on that and I'm going to trust in God that He's going to deliver a miracle. He's going to deliver a miracle through me. From everything that I've been through, that's my joy. That's my backbone to keep me going because it ain't nothing stop me right now.
And I
Nothing.
commend you to continue doing it and understand, please understand, discipline is hard. Being consistent is hard. Being persistent is hard. That's what separate us for the rest. Because if it wasn't hard, everybody will be there where they supposed to be, right? So when you're feeling like you don't want to pray, when you feeling like you don't want to eat that food, when you're feeling like you don't want to, you want to just be rebellious, just remember, because you can get there. It's your decision to choose you each and every time. The only person that can get in your way is you. And I'm not gonna tell you this road gonna be easy. It is not going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? You gonna shout, curse, probably wish you wasn't here, but it's all for a bigger purpose. And I promise you, like, it's so many lupus warriors that is living well with this. We have careers, we are living our life, but what you don't see is behind the scenes, how we do get our rest. Hi. Sometimes I stay in the house for a day or two. I'm recouping. You know what I'm saying? You have to listen to your body. You have to have a system because that is how you're going to go get through it. And you have to be able to articulate your emotions and be boisterous and vocal and be vulnerable. Like show yourself grace and show yourself patience. You understand what I'm saying? Because we all have a purpose here. And if you're doing what you are supposed to be doing, I'm telling you, you're going to wake up one day and it's just going to be like, oh my God, I feel so great. So make sure you take care of you. Make sure you choose you first. Because if you're not together, your kids is not together. If you're not together, your job is not together. If you're not together, your career is not together. So all of this has to get is maintenance and it's tune-ups, because it's gonna be tune-ups along the way that you need to get in order for your life to be how it is that you want to do. So you are in control of your destiny. And I'm definitely rooting for you.
Thank you.
Um, where do you draw strength on days when your body or your spirit feels weak?
Um, I got to turn on my gospel music. I got to turn on my gospel music. I love my little ratchet music sometimes, but I got to shout it out because I need those words and encouragement. I need to really get in that worship moment to really tackle down my own thoughts, what somebody probably said to me or whatever. Because if I don't, I'm gonna be off. Like you said, everybody gonna be off. So I have to have a lot of meditation. I like going down to the water, to the ocean we have here in Florida. When I lived in Milwaukee, I stayed down at the lakefront. Everybody who know me know she at the lakefront. They know. Um, because I just need a lot of openness. I need to feel that presence. I need to feel it around me. Um, because that's my security. Knowing that I have God here, knowing that He never left me, regardless of how bad it was, He's
For
still
sure.
keeping me.
For sure. You got this. You really do. You may not think it, but you do. Telling you. Um, what scriptures, affirmation, or prayer carries you through your toughest moments?
Um, Jeremiah 29:11. I was given that when I was at the hospital in Arkansas, and I'm gonna keep that. because God knows everything that I'm going through. Nothing thus as far he did not know. I'm just taking it as he wants me to understand that, and he wants me to get out the way and stop trying to fix everything. And right now, I can't fix this situation. That's why I told one of my friends, I said, I'm in a situation that I can't handle. I can't fix it. I can't solve this problem. And right now, it's God. God saying, get out the way, baby. Move. This is what I need you to do. I'm going to be the healer here, not you.
So for those that do not know what that is, would you mind saying it or reading it?
Okay, let me get my Bible. Hand me my Bible, Hezekiah. Well, hold on. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna put it up in my U verse. I'm gonna put it up on my. I got it on my phone, baby. All right. So basically, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saw the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you expected ending. And that's coming from King James Version.
Mm, that
So
was powerful.
basically, God knows my ending. He knows my time. Um, and right now, it's just for me to yield my steps over to His. And it's hard to do because as a little girl, I was so used to protecting myself, so used to having to do everything by myself. And truly now I have nobody really to really orchestrate this but God and
You have
allow him.
somebody. That's who you have. That's all you need. We
Right.
always say we don't got nobody. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got somebody.
And so I'm learning to really trust him. And what he's doing is right now it's people who probably don't want to deal with certain stuff. I'm figuring like what I'm going through is helping somebody else because it's allowing them to get out of whatever type of personality that they have to help me because I know it's hard. Oh, she's sick again, or oh, she's always doing something. What is it? I know this is helping somebody else out, and I'm gonna trust God has a bigger purpose. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna trust that it's bigger than what I feel it is.
Received. Has how has lupus impact your relationships, family, friends, dating, or motherhood?
Um, my kids always like to go places. I have to tell them no. I have to use no. My kids spoil, so they always like to do something, but I have to tell them no. I gotta rest. Um, I don't really go out to the clubs like I used to. So people who do, I have to tell them like I can't do that, and they're pretty cool with it. They know like um I just like to do quiet stuff. Um, right now, everybody pretty much that I in my little circle they know like she not feeling it. She, it needs to be quiet. So those who are around me now they know how to deal with it. At first, it wasn't really going well because everybody was all over the place. But it's coming along.
That's good. Progress is everything. Okay. What support has been most meaningful to you and why?
Um, I guess I mean my children, my friend, and my church home. I go to Bethel Missionary Baptist Church, And just being able to share what I'm going through has been very helpful because I'm connected with members who have lupus, and they're letting me know, like, what I need to do. And then my church, they'll help me like with certain stuff if I can't do it myself. So that's a big one. Um, and then also to my friend, he's been helping me a lot. He's a real big
I see your
support.
smile came on your face when you said your friend, and he
Yeah,
okay.
he helps me a lot. I know it's hard, but he's been sticking by my side and making sure that I'm good and stuff. And that helps a lot. And you know, because I don't have no real, my biological family's not here. So for my children.
Okay.
So I had to really step out my comfort zone to meet other people. And that wasn't easy, but I did it.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
What message do you hope women with lupus take from your testimony today?
Uh don't give up, keep going. Um have a relationship with God. Because regardless of who's around you, God is the overseer. That's the one I could cry to anytime. I can call on. He's my everything, and
Mm.
that's been my biggest thing. Make sure, and then also to be light on yourself. Embrace yourself. Get cute. I be getting cute. Get cute.
Okay.
Get cute. Step out. When you feeling good, and embrace every moment of this because it's a process, but it's not gonna break us. It's not.
Mm. Very well said. Very well said. If you could speak to your younger self at the beginning of this journey, what would you say?
Well, my nickname is Prim, so um, I say Prim. You've been through a lot in your life, but you need to keep going. I'm gonna keep going because I want to make my mama proud, even though my mama is not here and I had to bury her at a young age. I want to be able to be that strength, keep going because I'm her only daughter and I want to make her proud. And I want to do everything that I can to make sure that everything gets done proper and that she know like I didn't give up.
That's beautiful. And you are making her proud. She sees. How do you advocate for yourself in medical spaces when you feel unheard?
Well, I ain't being loud or ratchet. I don't want to get kicked out the building now. But no, what I do is um I tell them and actually I did network with Sickle Cell Foundation here in
Okay.
Tallahassee. And so they actually ran some of their labs and so they saw things too. And they actually reached out to the rheumatologist in Milwaukee too.
That is
So
dope.
um I'm connecting with different things um to draw this all together. And I'm just staying vocal because I know something's wrong with me. I know I'm not a hyper collegiate whatever. Like I'm just out here wanting to pop medicine. No, I don't like popping pills. I don't like it. Um, I know I'm not my all. Um, because I like helping people too much. I work in healthcare. So I'm a CNA. So I love to work, but I can't help them if I'm not feeling well.
That is absolutely correct. Before we go on to the next question, Tone, can you start where you stopped off at to read the comments? We're going to put them on the screen so you can read them in order.
Okay. My lupus journey had led me to my doctorate degree. Congratulations. That's empowerment. Get her together, sis. Yeah, she gonna get me together.
I'm
She
going to
gonna
get her
get
together, Ken.
What do I do for fun? Um, right now, I like bird watching. I like going to church. I like going to go get my nails done, shopping. I love coming back home to Milwaukee. Um, I love I love some quietness. I love my music. I love dancing. But overall, I like arts. I like to keep it low key.
Okay. Okay.
Just ask God once He hears you the first time. Start thanking Him for each day you wake up and make it through. Lead that prayer with thanking Him and showing Him what you have faith and you patience. Patient. You got
Absolutely.
you right. I got this. Exactly. Period. Your job is not to solve lupus. You right. I can't. Your job is to learn how to live productively with lupus. You do not let lupus rob you of all your life pressures. Facts.
My girl be coming through, and that is really that's what it is. Don't put yourself in a box. Like I said, you have the right to feel how you feel, but don't sit in there too long, because you can do it. You can go back to school, you can do all of that stuff. They have accommodations for us. You just have to be vocal about it. And please do understand, people that work in these facilities, these hospitals, these schools, they don't have the knowledge of all what they have to offer. I don't care if you got to talk to 10 different people that same day, because I've done it, and people was not aware of what they offer. And I'm like, in my mind, I was just cussing them out, but I know
Mhm.
that's not going to get me anywhere. So I got to be calm. But being
Right.
calm when I'm mad is stressing me out. So once I
Hmm.
got done what I need to get done, I had to, reset, release, because I was so irritated. But you do, please understand, these people that works in all these places, they're not even educated. They're not even educated on what they have to offer. Understand that there are things in place that is able to help you. You just have to be very persistent on the information that you are inquiring about, and be persistent on the information that you need. Okay,
Right.
because like I said, nobody can stop you but you. I'm billing you, Savannah.
Got to build a
I
pace.
love you. Oh my God. What is your hope for the lupus community moving forward?
I'm hoping that that can come up with cures so people don't have to take so much medication, all natural. Um, I want people to be able to know that they can have a life. Um, it's not as what it may seem once you get plugged in with the right community and advocate for yourself, regardless of what, and keep it pushing.
And no question is a dumb question.
Right.
What final words would you like to leave our listeners who may be fighting silent battles?
Um, you are loved. Is someone out there going through the same thing that you're going through. So don't never feel like you're by yourself, because I know it's easy as said as done. Um, but give yourself grace and be patient. Trust everything is gonna work out. Trust me. Is it what looks ugly turn out to be a shining star.
I love that. And that's I experienced that. That's dope. Um, I do want to thank you for joining us for this powerful episode of Lupus Has No Face podcast. Princess reminds us of the healing is not a final destination. Okay, it is a daily, courageous choice. To every warrior listening, you are seen, you are valued, you are stronger than the challenges you face on an each and everyday basis. Okay,
Mhm.
may today inspires you to embrace your healing in real time, honor your body, and walk boldly in your purpose. Remember, living well with lupus and your story does matter. I thank you everyone so very much for tuning in to Lupus Has No Face podcast. And again, if you guys had missed the beginning, please go to Lupus Has No Face podcast and go ahead and catch up while you're there. Like, share, subscribe. Princess, please do not hang up while I end this. I want you to stay on the line.
Okay.
Um, also, remember, God Living Well with Lupus. I'm your favorite author, Savannah Burks, which can be purchased on Amazon for faster shipping. Please go to www.lupushasnoface.com. And if you want to know everything that Savannah is doing, check out the Savannah Burks brand. Okay, savannahburks.com. That's going to tell you everything that I'm doing and things that you also can be a part of. And if you need a life coach for life and wellness, life and health, I am your coach, Savannah Burks. Please do reach out, send an email, and book your 30-minute consultation for free. I am here every Wednesday at 6:30 on all platforms. Until next time, see you soon. Hey, girlie.
Hey.
Oh, I told you to hold on because we got to get the clips and everything ready. If you hang up, it will be not ready.